Bixby's recovered a fumble at the 45. Play action fake, guns one. It is caught. Touchdown, Spartans. The middle, he's got a hit of steam. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bixby. Rolls to his right to pressure as he throws. It's picked off. Interception. It's over. Bixby is the state champion in 6A Division II in Oklahoma.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is brought to you by Roush Coleman Homes. And as we welcome you in, Lauren Montgomery, the head man of the Bixby Spartans, joins us as we do every week to talk about the game we played, the game we saw, what's coming up, and a lot of things in between now. And Lauren, this is one of those weeks it's hard to describe. You know, Putnam City is just a kind of a strange place to play. Last time you had a dogfight, you end up in another one, just come up a little bit short.
Yeah, anytime you go down there, it's a little bit different environment to play in than our kids are used to. So they're going to have to be extra mentally sharp. You know, we're going on a road on a Thursday night. You know, you're in a stadium that doesn't have the best attendance, and it's a big stadium with a track, a multi-school district stadium. And I tell you what, Putnam City has a good football team. They've got 18 starters back off last year's team, and they came out ready to play and really hit us in the mouth right off the bat and got us on our heels.
Yeah, it's a top 5 matchup, you know. So I mean, you've literally played Jenks, you play Bentonville, one of the top teams in 7A in Arkansas. You turn around, you play a top 5 team from the other side of the state in 6A too.
Yep.
And now we got coming up a non-district game against an undefeated team, Westmore. We'll talk about coming up. So it doesn't get much easier. But let's kind of get back into, before we get into the highlights, the preparation part of it, and talk about our Raising Cane's players of the week, practice players of the week.
Yeah, I'm so proud of our scout team and some of the looks that we're getting in practice in that regard. 2 guys I want to highlight this week. Corbin Steele, he's a quarterback, defensive back. He's new to our program this year. He moved in from Hall & Hall, and this year he's just playing JV and in practice, but just a tremendous player, a tremendous kid, tremendous leader. And then also Owen DeWoody, a young sophomore red-headed defensive end that's just scrappy as all get out, and gets after our big tackles and gives them a look every single day in practice. And then he's starting to get a little bit of rotation on Friday nights, and I think his scout team work and practice work has been putting him in a situation that Coach Clark feels comfortable throwing him in some pass rush type situations on Friday night. So proud of those guys.
All right, so that's our Raising Cane's practice players of the week. And getting ready for another Thursday night game coming up at Moore High School against the Westmore Jaguars. We'll have first half highlights when we come back. The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life, one home at a time. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love for the game. Midwest Sporting Goods puts a Midwest best on you. Nowlin Orthodontics. Live life smiling. Hot Coffee Design. Find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Green Country Mitsubishi. We dare you to compare. Country Financial. Even the biggest goals start with simple steps. Advanced Plastics. Building partnerships through willingness, versatility, and knowledge. Communication Federal Credit Union. Connecting with you. Car Country by Nelson, where you will be treated like a superstar. Western Sun Federal Credit Union. Billings Construction Group. Our service is unequaled. And by TTCU, the credit union.
For most buyers nowadays, energy efficiency is one of the top things on their list. At Roush Coleman, it's a top priority for us, and our customers are able to live in one of the most energy efficient new homes built. As a result of that, you're going to see that those utility bills are less than anything else you're going to see with a used home or an apartment that you live in.
On game day, football players aren't the only ones suiting up. Our crew's ready for any play.
Yeah, can I get 1 box? Extra sauce and toast. Hydrated Idaho, tailgate to go.
So that's a box combo with extra cane sauce, Texas toast, fresh squeezed lemonade with crinkle cut fries, and a 25-finger tailgate.
We're back, and the first half at Putnam City about to come your way. The Roush Coleman Homes Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show. And Lauren, we talked about this being an interesting place to be, an interesting stadium, the multi-school, multi-use stadium. Putnam City, long-standing tradition. They have changed their top 5 program. They had some talent, and some explosive kids made some plays.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. They've got some guys that are committed to the University of Oklahoma, talented wide receivers. Can't say enough about Coach Pearson and the culture that he's instilled in those guys over the last 3 years. He's really making some headway. So we knew going in that we were going to have our hands full and we better be ready to play. And so as it turns out, got off to a slow start and it really came back to bite us. We couldn't catch up.
Yeah, the west side of the state, things have changed a little bit over there in 6A too. There's some pretty good teams, and as we get in this first half, they kind of jump out on you, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt. They hit a couple of big pass plays and coverage, and get a safety on us, a couple different things, and it was hard to overcome. I felt like we were chasing behind the 8 ball, chasing the whole first half. So let's take a look at those first half highlights, Mark. Coming out here, defense started the game for us, and you'll see Kobe right here seeing a little daylight on the speed sweep, punching. Defense did a good job holding them to about 14 yards rushing, just gave up some big plays in the pass game. You'll see us right there. Love to see those defensive linemen, Isaiah Lakin, and then Big Ethan Hall out from his outside linebacker position. We come back right here and throw the flat route. I believe that's Noah West from his tight end position. And back on defense right here, you'll see us pursuing Ethan Hall up in the middle, Kobe Tillman, those guys starting to get some really good play out of our nose guard, Trevor Gavin. You'll see Cade Cavender and Ethan Hall in on the tackle right there. Putnam City with a great quarterback run game. They came back and hit us with a post play and scored for the first possession of the game right here. And we got a kickoff return. You'll see Brennan Presley, just a dynamic player, had a really good ball game for us the other night, all over the place on both sides of the ball. Tucker Pauly right here hitting the counter play up inside, getting a really nice crease, finishing the run off well. Tucker had a really good game, really good first half there. Then Staten King on the sprint out right here off of the switch concept with Tucker in the backfield, completing a little wheel route down the sidelines. And we come back, we hit a power play behind the blocking of Kobe Tillman in jumbo formation. Then we run the little fullback dive and not great execution there on the handoff, but Kobe doing what he does is obviously not going to be denied. Kobe had a couple touchdowns on the evening. Cade Cavender making a great break right there on the bubble screen, coming up, doing a good job. And then you'll see Trevor Gavin right here. They're trying to throw a screen. He reads it and then redirects, retraces his steps. So proud of him there. Kobe Tillman with a little bit of pressure. Isaiah Lakin with some pressure. Cade Cavender doing a good job breaking on the out route right there. Staten King sprinting out, throwing the throwback wheel to Tucker Pauly. Tucker making a great reception down the sidelines. That was a big time play by both those guys. Here we go, Tucker stepping up, great protection, gives us time to complete the slant pattern to Brennan Presley. Brennan just short of the goal line. Right here, then we come back on the inside zone play behind Bryce Bray. Good to have him back last week, still walking around a little gingerly, but good to have his presence. He's getting to battle with their big Division I commit on the defensive line, Big Ron. And come back, you got the offense out on the field. We run a reverse right here to Brennan Presley. They give up a little penetration in the backfield. Brennan gets in the open field. You'll see some of the things that he's doing. Such a dynamic player. Proud of him and what he's doing for us. Like I said before, he had a great game. Defensively right here, back out on the field. And getting good pressure, bottling up their quarterback, a big sack. Their quarterback, very mobile. We did a good job of containing him most of the night in the running game. Kobe Tillman out on the edge, showing his great speed, making a great tackle. And then offensively, Braden Roller in, running the stretch play over the right side. Braden did a good job running the football, had 95 yards rushing on the evening. Once again, running a stretch play. It bends back in behind Zy Albert and Colton Cable. Those guys doing a good job of their offensive line position. Braden doing a good job making somebody miss and hammering the rock up inside on the inside zone play. That takes us into halftime. We go in, we're down 23-14, and like I said, just kind of that whole first half feeling like we're behind the 8 ball, having trouble getting much going.
Yeah, you have the roller kid coming in as Paulie had gone out, and the whole second half coming up next. We'll bring that to you.
What's really been great about Mazda through the years is that they're not afraid to take risk. They will build a car that is more fun to drive. They'll build a car that has better styling. They're partially artists and they're partially race car drivers. We're excited to sell a new Mazda because it simply means that we know that that client got a really great vehicle.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
New management.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
All right, at halftime, Spartans turns out to be a dogfight again at Putnam City with the Pirates. Some new faces, but similar situation. And an interesting second half. Now you're going to have to do it without Tucker Pauley, but you end up getting a great effort from the Roller kid.
Yeah, Braden Roller, last year we had him up as a freshman, and he had quite a few meaningful carries last year as a freshman, did a good job, and has had a few carries this year. He's a great running back. And then also another guy, junior Vic Griffin, came in and did a good job. I think he had one carry, but then also did a good job in pass protection when we're having to run the 2-minute drill down at the end of the game. So proud of those guys. You never know when you're going to get your name called, and both of those guys got their name called on Friday night and stepped up and played really well for us.
All right, so you're in a dogfight. I say dogfight. They jumped out on you, and now you're having to fight your way back, and you have a lot of adversity as we get into these second half highlights.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Lots of adversity to overcome, and continues to be in the second half. But we start off right here, Brennan Presley. Ethan Hall bats down a pass, and Brennan picks it off. And then we're right down here in the red zone, seeing if we could score right there. We don't punch it in. That's one that Coach Montgomery would like to have kicked the field goal on. I thought we were going to go ahead and get the 6 points, but I was wrong. So anyway, I'll learn from my mistakes there as well. Seeing that defense, big Trevor Gavin up inside doing a nice job of bottling everything up. Come out on the screen pass right here. BB doing a good job picking up a little block, even though he's gimped up pretty badly still. Trevor Gavin right there, good pressure on the quarterback, and he drops back, lets it sail, and once again, Brennan Presley, you've heard his name called quite a few times from the other night, has another interception. Just a great football player, and just a sophomore too. Right here, we throw the throwback screen to Calton Watkins. Bryce Bray doing a good job getting out on that, throwing a good block for Eric. Then the stretch play right here behind Braden. Braden doing a good job of making a nice cut and getting vertical. Braden has great top end speed. Does a good job of sticking his foot in the ground. The inside zone play right there, picking up positive yards. I think we pick up about eight yards on that. Staten drops back, throws the comeback to Eric Calton Watkins. Moving the chains. It's an excellent drive, and then we run the power play right here to Kobe Tillman, and Kobe doing a good job getting vertical, banging the ball in. Kobe just doing a good job stepping up on both sides of the ball. Then we come back right here and we run the power play once again. Great to see our guys getting great push up inside. Defense, once again, Trevor Gavin doing an excellent job of protecting up inside. Great pressure right here. Ethan Hall, Isaiah Lakin causing the incomplete pass. We get the ball back here, putting together a little bit of drive at the end. We complete it out to Eric Calton Watkins. And then we come back, we run the inside zone play to Braden Roller. Braden doing a good job banging the rock up inside on the 2-minute drill. Once again, hammering it, picking up the first down, moving the chains. We're working at a fast tempo, even though there's about 4 or 5 minutes left in the game right here. You'll see Braden sneak one out over the left side, does a good job of knowing the situation, getting out of bounds. Staten dropping back to pass here. Great completion over the middle. I believe that's Zach Riddle right there over the middle. Zach had several key receptions. Kobe Tillman on the blitz. Just violent blitzer, violent football player. We blitz him again right here, and we got a host of guys. Zeke Upshaw in on the pressure. Kobe, Isaiah Lakin. That defense really playing hard right here, trying to get us back in the ball game, get us the ball back so we can tie this game up. You'll see those guys, Colin Farley, everybody working. And then Cade Cavender right here blocks a punt for us. Really putting together a good rally, gets us good field position. And and getting our offense back the ball right here. We drop back to throw. Staten doing a good job moving around the pocket, throwing the ball down the field, find Zach Riddle. Zach doing a good job getting positive yards, working out of bounds. We're out of timeouts at that point. Great block right there by Vic Griffin from the tailback position. Hit Zach Riddle again down the sidelines. Zach doing a good job getting us down within striking distance. Coming back here, we drop back, and Staten fires a strike out into the end zone. That's Cade Cavender on the touchdown. Then the defense right here, obviously playing hard. We're down one score. We're down 8 points at this point. Defense working to get the ball back, rallying it up right here. You'll see Clayton Barber out there. You'll see Ryan Kerr, this week's Player of the Week. Those guys rallying, doing a great job. Clayton Barber right here on the bubble screen, picking up great positive yards. Does a good job getting the first down and gets out of bounds. We always work that 2-minute drill each week in practice, and those guys doing a fine job right there. Clayton Barber doing a good job right there again, showing you his wiggle, picks up a first down, working that turbo speed right there with the offensive line and the offense and the 2-minute drill. Staten escapes the pocket right here. He's got a sore hamstring, but I tell you what, just does a great job of making some things happen with his feet. And come back right here. We run the slant route to Brendan Presley. I think that's Brendan Presley. Right over the middle, a great ball by Staten, and then we come back and a naked bootleg right here to Ryan. And we don't have the 2-point play right here on film. It was real close. We were ruled out of bounds, but it was a great call by Coach Snyder. Had the perfect play. We completed the pass to Brendan, but they said we didn't get our foot down in the end zone, and so that's the way it goes. We didn't have an opportunity, we didn't recover the onside kick. So unfortunately, proud of the guys for coming back, but unfortunately had to take a loss there. And so with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. Obviously lost that one 37-35. Total offense, we had 463 yards of total offense to 429. Rushing, Spartans 224 on the ground to Putnam City Originals 14. Passing, we had 239 through the air. They had 415 through the air. Big stat. And then, as always, in these big games, turnovers. We had 5 turnovers, but really 6 because we bobbled the punt and ended up giving up the safety in the end zone to just their 2. We had 28 first downs to their 16. Passing, Staten was 21 of 40 with 2 TDs and 4 interceptions. Rushing on the evening, Braden Roller, leading carry, had 19 carries for 95 yards. Tucker Pauley, 13 carries for 63 yards. Brendan Presley, 1 carry for 32 yards. Kobe Tillman, 2 carries for 12 yards and 2 TDs. Receiving, Zach Riddle had 3 receptions for 51 yards. Brendan Presley, 5 for 38. Eric Calton-Watkins, 3 for 34. Tucker Pauley, 1 for 25. Tackles on the evening, Kobe Tillman, leading tackler, had 17 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 5 quarterback hurries. Ryan Kerr, 8 tackles, 1 quarterback hurry. Ethan Hall, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. So stats on the evening, and Mark, very disappointed, but I am proud of the way our guys, fought back and at least got us in position to come back and maybe take us into overtime.
Well, and without getting too philosophical, but this is one of those things that people learn from football is dealing with adversity and being resilient, because resiliency is kind of what makes life worth living it, that you bounce back. Down the road, those lessons can come in handy. Yeah, and they'll come in down the road as we get into district play, and unfortunately sometimes those losses do teach you a lot. You don't want to ever lose a game, but and especially a tough one like that against a 6A2 opponent. But we will learn from it, and we're going to learn from our mistakes, and we're going to come out on the other end a better football team. And you might see them again. Yeah. There's a good chance they're looking like a playoff team on the other side. All right, now Westmore Jaguars team you hung 70 on last year. This is a good football team, undefeated, and kind of an unusual situation in playing them again. Yeah, they're probably the best football team that we've seen up to this point. They're a little bit different than last year, changed up their defense. Last year, had a couple guys hurt, their tailback and their big tight end that kind of make the world go round for them. Their offensive line, extremely big, physical. They got the Bray Walker kid, a transfer from Southmore that's going to the University of Oklahoma. So just talent all over the field, and nearly everybody back on defense. So went down to Moore, watched them play on Friday, and they've got a great ball club. We're going to have to get busy this week in practice. All right, another Thursday game. So 7 o'clock, they're at Moore High School. and the Westmore Jaguars, the next opponent for the Bixby Spartans. So Spartans will get at it, and next up here on the show, by the way, those stats were brought to you by Green Country Mitsubishi. Don't want to forget about that. Coming up next, we'll have our Raising Cane Player of the Game. Time for our Now and Orthodontics Player of the Game here on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show. We bring in junior linebacker, tight end Ryan Kerr. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, touchdown catch in the game. And I know your brother, obviously, Jared, had played tight end here at Bixby and moved on. So you kind of had a family thing going on. Did you look up to your brother a little bit as you were growing up?
Oh, yes, sir. I know I had big shoes to fill when he graduated, and I came in there and just tried to make plays.
All right, so you get the catch. You guys had a furious comeback. You know, obviously, the end, you guys come up a little bit short, but yeah, you were a big part of that. And so far this season, you had a tough non-district. You got another tough non-district game coming up this Thursday night. You're playing some tough people right out of the gate.
Sir, it's just how we are. We're a better team than most of the teams, and we just need to come out and fight like it. Fight at the beginning, fight at the end. Okay, now district play, obviously getting ready to start. You get through this non-district part of it, and you know, your end game is you try and get back and get another gold ball. Let's just talk about individually. I know the team stuff will continue on here in a minute, but you individually, playing linebacker, is that something that you enjoy as much as playing tight end, or you know, is it one favor? Yes, sir. I actually love playing linebacker. Middle linebacker is actually really fun for me because I feel like I'm more involved, more like kind of making tackles and just running around the field and stuff like that.
Okay, now you started out, I mentioned earlier, waiting to go on the show, youth football, you were a quarterback, weren't you?
Yes, sir. 6th and 7th grade, and then like in the early grades, like 1st and 2nd, I was quarterback.
Okay, and you move on, now you're catching passes. What is it you like about playing tight end?
Playing tight end, I like being like physical with the linemen and stuff like that, helping like J.O. and BB and all them. I like it. It's fun.
Okay, now what are you looking to do when you get done with football? All right, are you looking to play at the next level?
I mean, I would like to, but it's tough with my size and my speed, but I'm working for it. And if not, I always have academics. So I can just go to OU, pursue whatever I want.
Okay, anything in particular, or you just kind
of? Well, I would like to work with my dad. My dad has a company. I like to work with him eventually, maybe get a business degree or something like that.
Hey, it might work out. Well, listen, have a successful season. We appreciate you being on the show, and great game, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan Kerr, junior linebacker, tight end, and that's our Nowland Orthodontics Player of the Game. Kids that are trying to work their way up to be a Player of the Game, the Youth Team of the Week, and Youth Players of the Week, well, they're all on the same team. That's all coming up next.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
New management.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Welcome back to the Bixby Spartan Coaches Show, and it's time for our Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week here on the show. And we welcome in Nick Morgans, head coach of Bixby White, the third grade Bixby White team. 3 teams in that division, Nick, or 3 teams in that grade, I should say, from Bixby. Red, blue and white, and you got some new kids this year, don't you?
Yeah, we got a whole new group at Bixby White. Last year they were winless, and we had 2 teams from Bixby in the semifinals, red and blue, and needed a coach, so I figured I'd step up and take the white team and see if we can get some wins for them.
Well, not a real big team. Obviously, I know my son is one of the players on that third-rate team. It's kind of more of speed.
We are speed-based, and we would love to have size, just that wasn't there, so we grabbed the speed.
Yeah. Well, and you can't have everything you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Offensively, let's talk about what your team brings to the table.
Again, speed.
Yeah.
Speed and more speed.
Yeah.
We like to hit it up the middle. We try to get out of the backfield fast. To do that, we run our Wildcat, where we have a direct snap, and we direct snap it to whichever back so we can get out fast and hit the hole fast. So we have we hit it up, try to hit it up the middle, and then we'll kick one on the outside and send a really fast guy out around the outside.
Well, and one thing that you've noticed, following youth football just over the years, is that whoever can get to that edge, usually, because most of the time your corners are not exactly ferocious, and guys will just set sail and take off.
Yeah, we like to be able to catch the edge. But the only thing is that it just teaches bad habits later in life. So we actually want to have them try to find that hole and wiggle their way through.
Now, what about defensively?
Defensively, based on speed, and we're always in attack mode. We don't even run a free safety right now. We kind of found something in our second game. We were losing. We had to find something to stop the holes and plug the line. So we actually moved everybody up. We're running 6 on the line, 4 linebackers, and then actually we brought the free safety up, so we're almost 7 on the line with 4 linebackers.
All right, now you guys got your first win this past weekend. Tell us about that.
It was a great win. We needed it. The kids, especially the kids from Bixby White that's been there, they've needed this, and some of the coaches felt really good to give that to the kids. We played great. Our line did great. Our defense did great. Our running backs did great. Everybody, all in all, had a great game. So,
what was it like as a
really
dad?
Proud of them.
Devoting that much time, obviously, to practice and game planning and all that.
Oh yeah, it takes over your life. My wife's really understanding, so she knows if I was going to do this, it was going to take over my life. It started taking over my life. 1st of August, whenever I found out I was going to be coaching. It's the whole, even the draft process was stressful. So, yeah. But yeah, it's a big commitment, and I'm glad to do it though.
All right, well, listen, great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. It's Bixby White, 3rd grade. Nick Morgan's here, and it wraps up our Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week and wraps up our Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show. Now, another Thursday night game as the Spartans travel this time to Moore High School, site of the game this Thursday night, 7 o'clock against the Westmore Jaguars. We'll see you next week. The Bixby Football Coaches Show was brought to you by Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life, one home at a time. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love for the game. Midwest Sporting Goods, put some Midwest best on you. Nowlin Orthodontics, live life smiling. Hot Coffee Design, find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Green Country Mitsubishi, we dare you to compare. Country Financial, even the biggest goals start with simple steps. Advanced Plastics, building partnerships through willingness, versatility, and knowledge. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you. Car Country by Nelson, where you will be treated like a superstar. Western Sun Federal Credit Union. Billings Construction Group, our service is unequaled. And by TTCU, the credit union.